It took only a matter of seconds for flames to spread, causing extensive damage at this house. And that's really the message that firefighters are trying to spread. You only have 3 minutes to get out of your house safely once a fire begins. This is as real as it gets. The fire starts and flames spread inside and out of this abandoned home. From the ground and from the sky with Drone 3, you can see how quickly the fire spreads, not to mention the fast response from firefighters. Take a look at what it looks like inside before the fire started. This is partly why firefighters say flames are now spreading much faster.
Our couches, our drapes, carpet, TVs burn much hotter and faster because they're made out of synthetics and plastics.
The training comes during National Fire Prevention Week, and firefighters say this fire, which burned towards the front door of the home, should serve as a reminder that you need to know at least 2 ways out of your home.
3 o'clock in the morning under a stressful situation, most likely you're going to go out the same way you always go out. And if that's blocked by fire, you need to quickly know your second way to get out.
With house fires killing an average of 7 people every day in the United States, it is training like this that firefighters hope will save lives and prevent another tragedy. The Virginia Beach Fire Department will use this house for several more of these training burns, all done in an effort to keep you and your family safe. Victims trapped in the rubble of collapsed buildings. Bloody wounds highlighting only part of the danger they face.
There's been a radiologic explosion, so we have a lot of casualties that have been exposed to radiation.
Ow, it hurts.
Anything can happen at any time.
Roger, that's a casualty.
We know that we need to be prepared for those situations that may arise.
The training scenario in Virginia Beach Monday, pulling together members of a special Virginia National Guard force.
In essence, we're designed to deal with chemical, biological, and radiological events if there were to be such a release, whether that be from an overturned train or a dirty bomb going off somewhere.
From pulling people out of the rubble to decontamination, triage, and medical care, each step requires careful coordination.
That we know how to communicate between the different elements because we all work together. One person does one part and moves it to the next part, to the next part. And if that's not seamlessly communicated, a casualty could be more injured.
Avoiding that and making sure everything works is why they train.
For the better part of 3 decades, Captain Troy Lyons has been involved in investigating almost every murder in York County. But there's one, just one, that's different than the others.
Right now, it is the only unsolved homicide in my career.
It all begins in February 2001. This man, Aaron Smalls, nicknamed Peanut, winds up dead in the trunk of a car at an apartment place in Williamsburg. But how he got here is still a mystery.
But since 2013, we have not received any tips or any information regarding Mr. Small's death.
The case presents lots of challenges. First off, Captain Lyons says Smalls was involved in drugs.
Folks that are involved in that type of activity, that are associated with that type of activity, are reluctant to come forward.
Secondly, whoever killed him wiped the car clean.
We're running into brick walls.
What investigators know, Smalls was 25 years old and grew up in the Philadelphia area, but was living in Newport News, and on January 24th, 2001, he told his brother he was going to Williamsburg after adding minutes to his cell phone.
The last time anyone besides his killer saw Smalls alive was here at Dodge's Fried Chicken. It wasn't far from where he lived, and it wouldn't be until days later that his body was discovered.
It was February 6th when the staff at the Country Club Apartments called the sheriff's office saying this beige 1984 Chevrolet Celebrity seemed suspicious. It turns out the car belonged to Small's girlfriend, who came to pick it up, only to open the trunk and find Smalls. He'd been shot in the chest and dumped in the trunk. But why was he put there?
I don't know the significance of that.
Through the years, investigators have interviewed several people and even looked for the gun in nearby sewers, but now still need help to solve the case.
May say that, well, if he was involved in the drug trade or he was dealing drugs or he was buying drugs, then, what's the significance of it? And we look at it that regardless of the lifestyle he led, he's the victim of a crime in this particular case.
And while Captain Lyons wants to close his one unsolved case, he says it's about more than just that.
But to be able to make that phone call to Aaron Small's mother, to Aaron Small's son, to say we've got the person that did this, to give them that ability to put this to bed.
But before he can do that, he needs anyone with information to call the crime line at 1-888-LOCK-YOU-UP. In York County, Brendan Ponton, News 3.